Somewhere on this planet, there is a place where your breath freezes before it leaves your lips, where eyelashes turn to ice in seconds, where the ground has never thawed, not once in recorded human history. And yet, people live there. This is Oymyakon, and this is the coldest permanently inhabited village on Earth. To find Oymyakon, you have to go far, farther than most people ever go. It sits deep in the Sakha Republic of northeastern Russia, over 3,200 miles east of Moscow, closer to the Arctic Circle than it is to any major city. Closer, in fact, to the frozen wilderness than to anything we'd recognize as civilization. The village lies in a bowl-shaped depression, ringed on three sides by mountains. At night, cold air rolls down those mountain slopes and sinks, pooling in the valley like ice water in a cup. It has nowhere to go. It just stays. This geographic trap is the reason Oymyakon is so extraordinarily cold. The name itself, Oymyakon, comes from an old local word meaning unfrozen patch of water, a reference to a thermal spring nearby that never freezes. There is a bitter irony in that name, because everything else here does. Today, around 500 people call this place home. They have always called it home. Their parents did. Their grandparents did. And before that, nomadic Yakut herders sheltered here for centuries, using this same valley as a winter stop. But what exactly does home mean when home is the coldest place on Earth? Let's talk about the numbers, because the numbers are almost unbelievable. The average winter temperature in Oymyakon sits around minus 50 degrees Celsius, minus 58 Fahrenheit. That is not the record, that is the average. On February 6, 1933, an observer here recorded a temperature of minus 89.8 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 67.7 Celsius, one of the coldest temperatures ever measured at a permanently inhabited place on Earth. There is a monument to that record in the village square, a concrete bowl standing defiantly in the cold with the numbers etched into stone, a reminder of what this land is capable of. And in 2023, a brand new digital thermometer, installed as a tourist attraction, broke. The temperature had dropped so low it exceeded the machine's capacity to measure it. The cold had defeated technology itself. Between December and March, the temperature here has never in recorded history risen above 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Not once, not even close. Winter nights stretch to 21 hours long. The sun, when it does appear, barely grazes the horizon before retreating. This is not a place the cold visits. This is a place the cold owns. And yet, people wake up here every morning. They go to work, they send their children to school, they laugh, they eat, they live. But the logistics of daily life in Oymyakon require a kind of quiet, relentless courage that most of us will never need to understand. Take this simple act of driving a car. If you park your vehicle outside overnight, it will not start in the morning. Engines freeze solid. Truck drivers here sometimes light fires underneath their engines just to warm the oil enough to turn over. Many residents leave their cars running 24 hours a day through winter, not out of laziness, out of necessity. Pipes freeze so quickly that indoor plumbing is largely impractical. Many homes in Oymyakon still use outdoor latrines, outhouses, in temperatures that would kill an unprepared person within minutes of exposure. Heating is everything. Homes burn larchwood, the hardy local timber, through every winter night. Many houses burn over 100 cubic meters of wood per year just to keep the interior temperature survivable. One elderly resident, a 75-year-old woman named Galia, heats her home the same way her mother did: wood fire, reindeer skin boots on her feet to block the cold rising through the floor. Food, too, is a challenge. The permanently frozen ground, what scientists call permafrost, means almost nothing grows here. No crops, no gardens. The diet is built around what the land provides: reindeer meat, horse meat, fish from the Indigirka River, often stored in the ground itself, which acts as a natural deep freezer. And the children? School is not canceled for cold in Oymyakon, not unless the temperature drops below -52 degrees Celsius. Below that threshold, and only then do children get to stay home. Until then, they go, every day, in the dark. The people of Oymyakon are predominantly Yakut, an indigenous Siberian people whose culture has been shaped by this extreme landscape for generations. And there is something remarkable about them. They do not merely endure this cold. In many ways, they have built a culture around it. Every year, at the end of winter, Oymyakon hosts a Pole of Cold festival, a celebration of survival. Reindeer races thunder across the frozen tundra. Dog sled teams tear through the ice. There is ice fishing, music, and a character known as Chiskon, the Yakut Lord of Frost, who presides over the festivities. It is, in the truest sense, a community that has chosen to celebrate what would terrify most of the world. The clothing traditions here are equally extraordinary. Traditional garments made from reindeer and horse skin provide insulation that no modern synthetic material has yet fully matched. Boots crafted from reindeer hide keep feet warm where rubber and plastic would crack and fail. This is knowledge accumulated over centuries, passed from parent to child like any other inheritance. The economy here remains simple and ancient. Cattle farming using the cold-adapted Yakut cow, reindeer herding, horse breeding. When the temperature drops below -30, even these hardy animals must be brought inside specially insulated barns to survive. These are not people disconnected from modernity. They have phones, they watch TV, but they also still know how to read ice, how to predict a deadly freeze, how to survive when everything around them is trying to kill them. At -58 degrees Fahrenheit, a fairly average winter day here, something strange and beautiful happens in the air. The moisture in the atmosphere begins to freeze in place. You can hear it, a faint, soft swishing sound, like distant static. It's called the whisper of the stars by locals. Scientifically, it's the sound of ice crystals forming in the air around you. If you were to go outside in Oymyakon without proper clothing on an average winter day, you would have approximately 1 minute before the cold became fatal. The permafrost beneath the village goes down hundreds of meters. It has been frozen for thousands of years. Building here requires driving foundations deep into this frozen ground. Structures must be engineered so carefully that even their heat doesn't melt the permafrost beneath them, which could cause the entire building to sink. This is a land that does not forgive mistakes. But something is changing in Oymyakon. In the summer of 2023, a heat wave struck the village, pushing temperatures to 89.6 degrees Fahrenheit, a new record high. A temperature so warm it would be pleasant in most of the world. Here, it was alarming. Wildfires tore through the surrounding Yakutia region. Permafrost began to shift. The very ground these homes are built on started to become unstable. The same isolation that preserved this culture for centuries now makes it uniquely vulnerable. There are no large emergency services nearby, no rapid infrastructure to adapt to change. The people of Oymyakon have survived cold that would kill most of us. But the warming of the world they know, the unraveling of the winter they've built their entire existence around, that is a challenge no reindeer skin can protect against. Oymyakon asks a question that most of us never have to face. How much cold can a human being endure? And these 500 people in this valley, in the far corner of Siberia, they answer that question every single day. Not with heroics, not with spectacle, just by waking up, putting on their reindeer skin boots, and stepping outside. If you enjoy this video, hit subscribe button for more crazy videos. See you in next time.